Okay, this next letter of Todd's that I want to read is called, I think I have it on there, My Lovely Wife. But it reads, Stacy, my lovely wife. It says, I love you. I hope you still love me. I don't know what is happening to us. I know I am losing you, and I don't want to. The lawyer wants me to tell everyone what I told you, so everyone will know what to expect in court. I don't want to lie, but if it will get me out of this, I will. And so will you, about some things. Our fights, a lot of are true, and I know a lot of them were unnecessary. I am sorry, even though we know some of them happened. We do have people who will testify they didn't, like Mom and Kalitha. So Todd's saying that the fights where he beat me up and everything, that he's gonna have his mom and his stepmom lie that never happened, which they both had seen me beat the hell up. So now he's convinced them, I guess, to lie. Also, of course, we all have to lie for Todd. And then the letter goes on and says, let's see, it's a lot of them. I have to find myself again, I'm sorry. Who are willing to testify they didn't like Mom and Kalitha about the one after the twins. And then he puts little Todds, they were going to look just like their dads. And he's talking about the one after the twins. It's a fight after the twins. I think I described that fight a little bit. I think in the Facebook, I'll have to go back and I'll attach it to this letter too. But it was one that where Todd had actually beat me pretty bad, and his mom and Kalitha, they seen me. Anyways, some things we will have to lie about, like what I told you Sunday. I did everything I could, Stacy, but I am sorry I couldn't find them. Do you blame me for that? But we will have to say whatever will look best on me. Okay, what Todd's talking about here, I got this letter was in February. Let me find the post date on it. It says February 23rd of 1992. This is when Todd was in the county jail. And what he's talking about is Todd had told me that he didn't try to save the kids. He never went into the room. That he said it was just too hot and he just went out of the house. I did not know that Todd, I guess just, my mind was, of course I didn't even have a right mind at that time. I didn't realize that Todd didn't tell anyone that until I listened to it. It was before Todd was executed. I had read where he had finally confessed to his parents that he never tried to save the kids. And I was like, that's not the first time we're hearing that, but I didn't realize Todd never actually told anyone but me and the lawyer, I guess. And of course, the lawyer, his lawyer couldn't tell anyone. And I guess I just never realized that he didn't tell anyone, but he had told me. And when he did tell me, I did get mad, and I did leave that county jail. I got up and walked out because, all this stuff I've been hearing and, believe him and this and that. And now he's sitting here in county jail telling me, oh, and by the way, I never did go in and try to save the kids. I never walked in their bedrooms. I just walked out of the house. after hearing the stories over and over and over about how he did and this, and then to come up with a story before he come out of the house, and then before he even went into an ambulance, within a 10 or 15 minute time span, he come up with this big story of how he tried to save the kids. And then he had told me one Sunday that he didn't, and I left, and this is the letter I got after that. So anyway, just wanted to explain when this letter was wrote. Let's see. Go back here. Some things we will have to lie about, like what I told you Sunday. And I did everything I could, Stacy, but I am sorry I couldn't find them. Do you blame me for that? And it's not that I didn't blame him for that. I blamed him and held him accountable for all the lies he told over and over. But we will have to say whatever will look best on me. You tell me you would want forever for me. Okay, here's his writing. It's getting hard to read again. You told me you would wait for me forever for me. Yesterday you said you wouldn't be with me for the 10 years it takes, if it comes to that. Then you turn around and said you won't make up your mind. You also said you couldn't live without me. Is that true or not? Todd had me so confused. Before the fire, I was filing for divorce. The night before the fire, we talked about that, and then I had confirmed, yes, after Christmas, I am filing for a divorce. This happened. Of course, I found out later why this all happened, because I was filing for a divorce. And so I would think, Todd would use the kids against me on some things. I'd want a divorce. He said, well, what would your kids think about you trying to divorce their dad, and here they are, they're not alive anymore. What are your kids going to look down on you and think of you? And I would be like, oh, that's a horrible thing. Or what, for you to think that I would do something like this, what are your kids going to think? And then I would feel bad. Oh, okay, maybe you're right. This man was so in my head and had manipulated me so much, I couldn't even think for myself. Or when I would try, he would make sure that I wouldn't think for myself. So, and Todd is always wanting somebody to make him look good and lie for him and help him get out of this. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, this is no, okay, it's true. This is no bullshit, that's what he says. This is no bullshit. If you don't want me and need me, tell me now, not when it's over. If you don't want me, I would rather end my life and not go through this. And I don't understand. It's that there's again that obsession. Like Todd told me at the end, why he did this is like it was an obsession. He knew I was divorcing him and he wasn't going to let me go. And the only thing he could do was to take away the things that, if he took the girls away from me, that I couldn't go out and have another Amber, Corman, or Cameron with anyone else. So I wouldn't divorce him if I didn't have the girls. And that was his reasoning on setting this fire. And once again, it's nothing about the girls. It's all about, well, if you leave me, let's see. Okay, let's see. Tell me what. Not go through, okay, with this. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I think I'm lying or being I don't know, I can't understand this writing of his. To feel sorry for me and think I'm lying. That's it. Because I'm not. We lost our family, and you are the only thing left of my family. Once again, took my family, so I can't leave. Or he thinks I won't leave him, or that's what he thought. And you are the only thing left of my family. If I lost you, nothing else will matter anymore. It's just crazy. Ways of thinking. You are the most important thing in my life, and I love you more than life itself. You used to love me that way. I don't think you do anymore. I think you want to get on with your life. I am just in your way. I was divorcing him before the fire. And this is 2 months after the fire, if that. I don't think it's even that long, maybe 6 weeks. But it's all about Todd and me leaving him. He was right about the obsession part. I can read it in the letter here. Let's see. I am just in your way. I am not bitching or griping. I'm just telling you how I feel. If I am wrong, tell me. I hope and pray to God I am. I don't want to be without you. Because remember, I was divorcing him. Doesn't want to be without me, so how can he stop me and leave? I understand now when he told me that day on death row how he said it was like an obsession. He was not going to let me go. He could not let me go. And whatever he had to do, if it was to take the girls from me and he knew I wouldn't leave him, that's what he did. He said it was stupid, but that's why. And once again, these men who are so obsessed with these wives and they're going to leave and take their kids and are like Todd, beat me and everything. And I wasn't taking it anymore. Everybody says, oh, why did you take it? When I did decide not to take it anymore, this is what happened. A crazy man takes my daughters because I want a divorce because I'm tired of having my ass beat up. Freaking punch a bag is all I was to him. Anyways, it is hard to read Todd's letters. And I'm not talking about the writing, but just thinking back of the things that he did, why he did what he did is just, I mean, I lost my girls because I was going to divorce a man. That's, anyways. I don't want to be without you, and I sure don't want to die for something I didn't do. I would have died for our children, but not this way. I love you more than you will ever know. You changed my life, Stacy. You gave me 3 very wonderful kids, and nobody can ever take away the I don't know, let's say, never gonna take away the day I had living with them, being with them and you. I just don't think we should throw everything away. Do you think our children, here we go. Do you think our children would want us not to be together? You think about that. You say you love me, but don't want to be with me. It is either all or nothing. When this is all over with, if I get out of it after a month or so, if you aren't happy, I will give you a divorce. He's going to give me a divorce. I can't get a divorce. I want a divorce, but he took my kids to make sure I didn't get a divorce, I guess. And you still controlling, even in jail, kills my daughters, and still is trying to control. Which she did a good job at it, though. Let's see, call it quits without, okay. Call it quits without the rest of things. Without you in the thing in the world. Okay, let me go back here. I'm getting off of this still. Either all or nothing. Let's see. So if you aren't happy, I will give you a divorce, and you can call it quits. Being without you is the last thing in the world I want to do. My life would never be the same, knowing that I would never get to see you again. I love you very, 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 very much deep in my heart. If you don't believe me, tell me. But I think you do. I think someone is talking you into this. Please write back soon. I love you and will forever love you, Cameron Todd Willingham. And it says Stacey Jean Willingham. Doesn't this mean anything to you? I don't really know what that means, but no one was talking me into anything. I was wanting a divorce. I told him I was going to divorce him, I think 2 weeks before the fire, maybe 3 weeks. But then the night before the fire, we had gone to the store, and he was yelling and screaming at me and cussing me and stuff. And I reminded him that after Christmas I was going to get a divorce because Todd had hit me one time, or the last time he actually hit me before the fire was was holding my daughter Amber in my arms, and he hit me. I fell to the ground, and I kind of rolled because I didn't want to fall on her. And so I put her in her bed. It was probably 1 or 2 o'clock. I was coming home from work, and so I put her back in her bed, and I told him then that that I would take his beatings from him. I always did, but when I felt like if he hit me with my daughter in my arms, that eventually, his anger may get out of control with one of the kids, and he would hit the kids or something. He didn't, but I'm just saying I thought maybe he would, since he did hit me with my daughter in my arms, and for that I was going to divorce him. That I'd had enough. That was enough. That was the last straw. And so the night before the fire, like I said, we were at the store, and I reminded him that I was going to divorce him. He left me and Amber in the store and went into the car. We went to finished paying for the stuff and got in the car, and went home. And the next day, set the fire. So I hope this helps you understand this letter a little bit more. Here's when it was sent. It was, of course, he was in Navarre County till it's only a couple of months, and when this was sent to me. But anyways, I'm just going to try to get the other letters and read them, and maybe explain them too, like I am trying to explain some of the letters, what was going on and what they meant, what he's trying to talk about and stuff. But anyways, I'll do some more that way. That way you can understand the letters more, because his handwriting is hard to read. So anyways, I'll get another one and do another video for y'all on the one of his other letters.